I got
one girl from Philly, I think her name Nikki, and I fuck with Nikki cause she not too picky and she not too choosy, but sometimes she bougie. I play with a kitty until it gets sticky. I'm moving the bitch, chill like an alien. Chop with the 50, my Uzi is ready. Say I turn to the boss, can't deal with no middleman. Anthony Davis, don't deal with the belly. Straight out the mud. Like a smell you, I see how I feel when I do what I want. And not just because it is what it was. Don't tell it to grab it. I say I got the shit out the mud. Like the sauce, mother, I gave up. Ain't talking about the work, nigga, just how that supply that stuff. 100 rounds in the compact contact. I brought it from the beach from your hometown project. Open up my mouth, but my dick on the side that. She don't get out, but she keep on the contact. They want them, keep the contact. Yes, go catch that nigga, can't find it. Baby, where you mind it? Come here, girl, sign it. Matter of fact,
what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Before we get the day started, I just want to let you know I just received the JV Belt merchandise and I want to go ahead and show you how it really looks like. So we just received 7 boxes of the merchandise from my cousin-in-law fiance that she's been working on a month ago, and it looks really nice. We are running 2 colors, so this is the heather gray and black. And here is my favorite time scripture, Philippians 4:15 with a cross. And I'm also going to be selling stickers at the ILY meet. And if you guys didn't know that me and Delson are raffling a street aerial steering wheel at the meet. So every $5 you spend on our merchandise, you get a ticket and get a chance to win the steering wheel. So we're super excited about that. My shirts are unisex. I'm only carrying small to XXLs. So shirts are going for $25. This is the first merchandise I'm selling, and I'm super excited but nervous at the same time. I can't wait to be there. If you guys want to know, so JV Build is basically my first and last name. Build is basically just working on my own cars, building through my own vision, my own liking. Garage is where it all started for me. As far as when I got my first car, all I did was toying around with it, just kind of play, you know, just kind of working on my car in the garage, and basically how it all started for me from there. East 1992. I know some people might think this is kind of weird though, but it's the year I was born. God created me in this year, created me in his own image, blessed me with gift, talent, you know, and blessed to be who I am to this day. That's what the meaning is for the JV Build Garage East 1992. I want to give a shout out to my wife for making this logo because she's the one who did it, and that's the reason why we're rocking it, and I love it, and I'm not gonna do any changes, so it looks really good. Also, I want to give a shout out to Alyssa for making this shirt and putting a lot of time to make this, and I'm very blessed about that. I'm super pumped about it, guys. Let's go on a day because today is an exciting day to work on Jalen's Evo, so let's go ahead and get started. Today's video is a super exciting day because we are going to be lowering Jalen's Evo 8, so very pumped about that. We just received a lower spring from Megan Racing. Probably like I spent over $200 on eBay. Let's go ahead and open up and check it out. Jeez. Here are the springs, guys. Look really good. So with these springs, you should drop the car at 1.9 inch lower. So I think that would be a perfect height for Jalen, at least though, until we get new set of coilovers. But for now, we're gonna be running a lower springs. So I did pick up a coil spring compressor just in case we really need it, but I think this will be real good to kind of have as well. Been over $60 at Napa. You can pick this one up. I'll have it linked down below. So this is how the car looks like stock. You can see how the rear looks. And here is the front, which that has more gap than the rear. I have a tape measure. I want to go ahead and measure how it is from the ground to the fender. I know that the driveway is not flat, but I think we all know that how the car really stands. Let's see where the car is at. It looks like 27.5. Let's go with the rear. And it looks a little bit above 26. And then this is how the car really looks like on the side, so that way you guys can see a better view. We are going to be removing the front bumper first to jack it up on the tow hook. I didn't have time to install the cross members, so as soon as we get the car lifted up a little bit, we can throw that on, and then we can go ahead and jack it up on the jack point. Unfortunately, we can't put the cross member because that subframe over there is pretty hammered, and that end right there doesn't really line up to that subframe, so that sucks. We just gotta skip on that. Well, this is nice to see. It wasn't even in the hub, even in the other side. Wow. Maybe that's why we have the lights on. We are missing the clip over here. That wheel speed sensor's on, and that's on. So both front wheel speed sensor were not even completely in the hub, and there was no bolts that were just outside chilling. Great. Anyways though, first thing we gotta do, remove the 3 nuts on the top tower. Next we're gonna remove the 2 bolts over here, nuts, remove the clip here for the brake line, ABS line, and then the strut can come out. So let's move on to the rear. So 2 nuts on the tower mount right there, and you got a bolt and a nut on top on the lower control arm. Very helpful if you take out the bolt for the lower control arm. That way you have a lot of room to remove the strut. So we got the suspension off right here, guys. You can see here the bumps of bushing are like cracked and all. We're not planning on running this for a long time, so we're just gonna run it temporary until we can get new suspension. Doesn't seem like it's leaking other than just the bushing all damaged, but it's okay though. So we're gonna go ahead and use a coil spring compressor. We're gonna clamp in on the coils. That way there's no pressure. That way we can go ahead and take the tower mount without exploding everywhere. And then we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison on the stock springs compared to the Megan Racing lower springs. Alright guys, so we got the springs separate from the struts. You can see the bushing kind of exploded, so it's little pieces over here, over there, but it is what it is. Not too sure how long we're gonna be running this. Like I said, I might be temporary, but it might be a long time. But here is a side-by-side comparison. Here is the stock spring, here's the Megan spring. You can see here that they're literally the same height, but if you look between over here on the gaps on the coils, you can see that this one's a little bit closer than this. Here's a side-by-side comparison for the rear stock springs, and here's the Megan Racing spring. This Megan Racing is a little bit taller than this, but as soon as we put the springs on the struts, then we can go ahead and put the car down and then see how it really looks like. I think after when you drive the car should settle down about a 1/4 inch lower. So as soon as all that, we can see how where they measure us at, and we can see how they really look at. So let's go ahead and put the springs on the struts and put it back on the car, and then let's go on a road test after. This really took longer than I really expected. honestly, if we were to get a full coilover suspension, it would have been in and out. That's it. Not playing around with, you know, spring load, a spring compressor tool to get it on, and you know, deal with the whole hassle. It sucks. I literally spent like over an hour trying to get everything, all the springs on the strut, and such a headache though. But at least we're all good from there. So we already got the front and rear suspension on already, so the front is all nice and tightened up. I try to get the wheel speed sensor into the hub, but it's so hard and difficult to get in. It's kind of rusting the hole, so right now for temporary I just got it secured. So the rear suspension is all nice and tight. So before we go ahead and tighten the bolts on the lower control arms, we need to do pre-tension. So what pre-tension is we're gonna put the jack underneath the lower control arm to lift the suspension up until the body is off on the jack right there, and then we can go ahead and tighten it. Because if we don't pre-tension, what happens is that we lower the car down, and all that stress on that bushing on the lower control arm is gonna tear. So that's why we're doing a pre-tension. So let's go ahead and do that. Put the wheels on, lower the car, and see how everything looks. Well, it looked like it made a little bit difference. You can tell the front dropped about a good 2-inch, but then the rear looks like literally the same. Let's go ahead and grab our tape measurements and then read off where is that now. I think the front was like 27.5 and the rear was like 26.25. So right now it's at 26.5. The rears are at a little bit above 26. I think that looks like a good decent height. What do you guys think? Let me know, guys. Here how it looks without the bumper. You guys can tell the front did lowered. The rear looks exactly the same, but I guess when we drive the car it should drop a little bit, like a 1/4 inch down to just settle down the springs. But other than that though, I think that looks like a good perfect height for now. Of all honesty, I think we should have went with a coilovers, but I was just being too cheap right now just because I'm on a budget. But I think it looks good as the way it is. I know the bump stop bushing are just so torn apart that it might start making noise, or the struts might start making noise, whatever really. But it's okay though. I kind of rushed it so that way I can get this car look at least decent at the Isle of Wight meet. Hopefully everything else turns out good. So I am gonna bring the car to get aligned tomorrow morning first thing, so don't worry about that. I know that every time you play around with suspension, especially when it comes to like coilovers or drop springs, alignment goes off, camber and toe. We're gonna get that all taken care of tomorrow morning. We threw the front bumper back on. I think it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and drive the car and see if it's settled down a little bit more, and making sure that there isn't any weird things going on as well. The car looks really good. I think that's like a good perfect height right there, honestly. Damn. Since we're in a flat area, I'm gonna go ahead and measure where the front and the rear is. It's like 26. So front and rear heights are at 26 inch that I kind of read off. I think after driving for a little bit, the spring should settle down for at least a quarter inch more down though. But it rides real smooth. I don't hear any clunking noise. It's nice and stiff. I know that the shocks are kind of starting to be weak. We're starting to get weak though, but I think they will hold up for eventually for a little while though. If you guys want to pick these up, Megan Racing Lower Springs, I'll have it linked down in the description box below. They're gonna pay like a little bit over $200 plus shipping, and also the special tool I'll have it linked down below as well. I'm gonna end the video, but we're gonna continue on in the next morning. Good morning guys, it's the next day. I just got here at BMW, so Kevin's gonna be doing the alignment on Jalen's Evo. Right after that, everything should dial in. One thing I kind of noticed is that when I drove the car this morning, it sounded like the right rear, it sounded like it was like a wheel bearing, but I don't know. I don't think I ever heard the noise from yesterday, so I guess we'll see right after we do the alignment and see if the noise is there. Could be the tires, could be the wheel bearing. Early bird gets the worm, Kevin. What you think? Perfect height. It looks better than it was before. That wheel gap on the front was just not happening.
You're gonna make it or not? Not gonna make it Jalen's bumper?
Probably not though, but it's okay. Oh, not too bad.
Not too bad.
You ready for doing ripping, Kevin?
Don't stall.
Huh?
Thank you.
Wow. Whoa, Kevin!
I'm trying to figure out the clutch.
You're actually gonna love this BOV.
Oh, you changed the BOV?
I did. Tell me what you think.
I change the clutch because it's going around his clutches. Yo! That's fucking wild though!
You like that?
Oh, dude!
It felt like I had it was holding boost at this time.
Holy crap, dude. Holy shit. I'm sorry about your diff though.
Well, I never really pounded before, but
Dude, and why is this thing so... Dude, this thing feels like it has more power than your Evo.
no.
Bro, I don't know, I haven't driven your Evo after it was Dr. boosting, so I don't know.
Oh man.
Well, every time I get in the Evo, I always want one, but...
You should get one. Evo's life, bro.
Sorry, beamer to the end.
To the end of time.
To the end. Don't stall, don't stall. Oh.
What the hell, Kevin?
Bro, your clutch is not happy with me.
That's what happens when it has a stage 3 competition clutch.
I don't want to be stalling out on your vlog because it's going to be so embarrassing.
I'll make sure I hold the camera on for a very long time then.
Don't do that, please.
Oh. getting pretty excited about this BOV.
Dude, I love POVs. Not POVs. POVs are like later on.
Stupid. Thanks, dog.
Yes,
You had fun?
a little too much fun.
You want to get an Evo now?
No, I gotta get out and change my pants.
Shoot. So we just finished a road test on Jalen's car. Everything else is within spec. You can see here on the right front toe, right rear camera, and left rear toe are out of spec. Now everything else is all dialed in. So I'm super pumped. I'm happy. Now the car is gonna run straight. We are gonna be saving a lot of tire wear now at the time being until we can get coilovers and come back for alignment. What'd you say, Kevin? Do one more alignment?
I'll do whatever you want me to do, bro. Yes, sir.
If you guys are looking forward to get your car aligned, BMW has a alignment machine that is built on ground, so any lower cars that can go on top there, it's safe to say that you can get everything all dialed in. So I'll have it linked down below, or I'll have Kevin's Instagram name. You guys can hit him up for alignment.
Let me know.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Hey, give this guy a like and a follow. This guy's content you don't want to miss.
Don't want to miss. But if you guys are living here in the Big Island, just remember that we do have the island-wide meet at 20 Honda Kona. So it starts at 5 p.m. We're hosting it this Saturday on the 27th. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Aloha, and I'll see you guys on the next one.